and each film has a strong connection to southwestern Ontario, including Kittie. It's a documentary about the legendary all-female heavy metal band from London. That's the music of Kittie, and Robert McCallum wrote, directed, and produced the film, and he joins me now in studio. Good morning.
Morning. I love hearing that track this early in the morning on a Friday to start that weekend off.
On CBC Radio One? No.
You got it.
That's some heavy stuff.
Jumpstart your weekend. Let's go.
So for those people who don't know Kittie, what is this band all about?
It's about thrashing, no apologies, no regrets, and going forward at maximum speed.
And why were they such an important band to folks here in London?
Well, they're trailblazers in the industry, not just London, but all over the world, and their fan base clearly kind of shows that. They may have started here in London, but their ripple and impact continues to go all the way around the globe. As a group of young girls and their teenagers really making their mark, they only continued to define what they wanted to be, regardless of what the industry wanted them to be. And it's that knowing who you are kind of attitude and not giving in to pressures of other people that make them significant and really trailblaze for anybody else in music, men or women.
Right. Girls, in what year are we talking about? What years were they really hitting their stride?
Well, they formed in 96, 97, and they really hit their stride with their first album, Spit, which came out in 2000. And their lead single, Brackish, is what really kind of broke the entire industry and turned attention to them.
And why did you want to follow this band, their career?
Well, we have a mutual connection. Trish Stone had reached out to me after we kind of talked, and we had been in college together, and she said, hey, we're looking for a director for this project. You had mentioned that you were interested in it. They let me use one of their songs for one of my other films, Nintendo Quest, and when this opportunity kind of came around, I had to say yes, because doing a rockumentary on a heavy metal band with people that I had a connection to was just way too good to pass up.
And what was unique is that the band actually had footage spanning their whole career, that they had video cameras going a lot of the time. Is that right?
Yeah, that is the treasure trove, and what really separates this from other music documentaries that are out there. Everything was documented, whether it's set lists and magazine articles or video footage. So even as like a filmmaker who loves the art, you can see the evolution in like the film medium, from SD tapes all the way to HD masterpieces that we have now.
And how many hours of footage then did you have to go through?
Let's just say it's 4 terabytes of footage of just the material alone.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, it's just a nice big number to say that there's more hours than you could probably, shove into a year.
Right. And how closely did the band sort of follow what you were doing?
They gave me complete control to do what I want. They trusted me. They had an understanding of what my vision was, to present their story and what it was like for people that want that dream, but also to showcase the trials and tribulations that you have to go through to get that dream.
What were they? What did they go through, this band?
They basically had to understand that industry and business is a completely other monster than just, this is fun to play rock and roll music and be on stage. You have to make tough choices, and friendships and creativity get in the way. And when the industry changes with stuff like Napster, well, you got to make a decision to either go where the hits are or go where your heart is. And sometimes there are casualties on both sides of the fence.
And this was a girl band, at a time, and still today. I mean, the metal band industry, or whatever you want to call it, is dominated by men still, is it not?
I guess if you were to do demographics, yeah, you could probably say that it's a little more gender heavy towards men, but they may get some more notoriety for being women, but it's really about the music and the choices that they're making, and in combination with the age when they were making those choices.
And why do you think this film would appeal to not just metal fans, but documentary fans?
I think it's going to appeal to anybody that's ever had a dream and I wish I could be a rock star, or I wish I could be this thing. It's like, well, these are people that had that opportunity, and here's what they went through. Would you have the fortitude to survive the journey that they did? Would you make the same decisions? How would you live that life?
And where is the band today?
The band today is still in London, and they are still doing a lot of different recordings and different, projects that are on the side. Mercedes Lander, the drummer from Kittie, has a great band now called the White Swan, and they're playing a lot of shows. They play in London frequently. You definitely got to check those guys.
And I'm assuming they've watched your documentary. What did they make of it?
Well, I'm hoping that I don't want to speak on behalf of them, but they're very happy with the results of it, and we're excited to showcase it not only for the world premiere but at the Forest City Film Festival in London.
You're a Londoner who made films in the U.S. for 10 years. Why did you return to London?
London just seemed like it's finally coming of age, and growing up here, London's really struggled for its own identity. It tried to establish that identity really in contrast to what was offered in Toronto. And now it feels like it's coming of age with the digital sector, and now events like the Forest City Film Festival are offering artists an opportunity to really have a platform to say this is who we are, not who we're not.
The festival has grown. I think this is only its second year, is that right? And
Correct.
we're seeing twice as many films already. What do you think that says about your last comments?
I think that they're taking a shot. A lot of festivals and a lot of other conventions or expos, which are also part of the city, want to play it safe. They want to be conservative. London's a pretty conservative town when you look at other venues in Canada, and this festival is kind of saying, no, we're going to go for it, because at least if we go for it, then we can't say we didn't.
What's another film that's playing at the festival that you're excited to see?
To be honest, there's another documentary on the camps in Kandahar that I'm really interested to see what that's like, and there's the other documentary that's in competition with the Kittie doc, and that one is on the coral reefs, so I really kind of want to look at that. There's a short documentary on the tourism around polar bears as well that seems like super fascinating. I'm a huge fan of the Cove, and anything that has to do with marine life and turns that documentary lens to it has got my attention.
Okay, you've sold the festival for us. Thank you very much for this.
Thanks for having me.
And congratulations.
Cheers.
That is London filmmaker Robert McCallum. His documentary Kittie is entered in the feature documentary category at the Forest City Film Festival. The 4-day festival starts October 26th at the Wolf Performance Hall, and we have a story about that festival with trailers from some of the films.
Right.
Also on our website.
We got Kittie Origins and Evolutions in London. There you be. Congratulations, everybody.